Hi, I'm Tom, and today we're talking glassware. It's a much discussed subject. I think people get a bit overly worried about it, if I'm honest, and I think you can keep it quite simple, but here are the key things to know about choosing your wine glasses. First off, there's three parts to a wine glass. There's the base, that's what it sits on, it keeps it nice and steady. There's the stem, that's the bit you hold on to, do hold on to that bit, and then you've got the bowl. And each has its own thing that it brings to the glass. The stem, it is important that you hold it by the stem. The idea here is that if you were to hold the bowl of the glass, if you had a white wine in it like that, your hand is going to quickly warm up the white wine in there. So if you want a nice, refreshing, crisp glass of white, hold it by the stem, keep it cool. That said, if you do get served some white wine and you just think, whoa, wow, that hurts my teeth, it's so cold, do hold it by the stem for a minute, give it a little swirl like that, and it will slowly warm it up. So you could be tactical as well. The bowl itself is there to hold the wine, only ever fill it about a third full, and what it then does is the bowl shape, as the wine releases aromas, it holds onto them and it allows you, when you put it up to your nose, to smell all of the lovely aromas. The actual bowl shape itself has an effect on the way that you taste the wine. A bigger bowl is great for more complex, slightly richer, fuller styles of wine, broadly speaking, red wines. And a smaller bowl, like this one, is great for white wines because they're a bit more crisp, a bit more lean, a bit more elegant, simplistic, not in a negative way, and the smaller bowl helps you to accentuate just those. Then you've got the opening at the top. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it, but simply, the smaller the opening at the top, the more it directs the flavours and aromas and scents coming out of the wine up your nose, so you get a really crisp, clean character from the wine, and the larger it is, the easier it is for you to smell the slightly more complex characteristics that might be going on in there. So, for white wines, I'd always say slightly smaller wine glass like this, with a slightly smaller opening, and for reds, when they've got a bit more of that kind of perhaps smokiness and toasty characteristic going on in them, to have a slightly larger opening and a slightly larger wine glass. Simple as that. Sparkling, a flute is absolutely all you need, for sure. The great thing about a flute like this, the classic sparkling wine glass shape, is that the small aperture at the top, or the small opening at the top, allows the carbon dioxide to release very gradually, and the wine stays fizzy for a long time. There's a nice amount of theatre to it, it's very distinct, everyone knows what everybody's drinking, that's fab. Tip of the hat to Coupes, the lovely 1920s bowl-style champagne sparkling wine glasses. I love them, they're fantastic. They're a nightmare because they don't keep the bubbles for very long, but if you're drinking sparkling wine at a rate of knots, definitely go with those. The theatre's incredible. That said, I think the most important thing really for you to have with your wine glass is cleanliness. You do not want residue from washing up liquid, you don't want dust or anything like that in them, because when you then pour your wine into it, those are going to kill the bubbles if it's sparkling, they're going to take away some of the aromas and flavours, and the body of the wine will be affected. So really, just whatever you're drinking out of, nice and clean, that's all that matters. There are companies out there that are making wine glasses very technically, you know, wine glasses for specific grape varieties and things like that. That's something we might come on to in a further one. But for this, aim for just a classic, if you're just going to have one, classic wine glass like this, I think. I drink everything out of that at home, whether it's fizz, whether it's red, whether it's fortified, whatever it might be. Find one that you like and you feel comfortable with, and just enjoy. So cheers, good luck with the wine glass hunt.